Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Claire shares her fears with Kyle, and Phyllis works to get on Dumas's guest list, Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. Today on The Young and the Restless, Nick tries to find out Phyllis's plan, Billy's change of heart upsets Sally, and Jack and Diane warn Kyle. At Society, Phyllis runs into Nick. They complain about Summer still being in Milan. She has to finalize the deals for the new hires. Phyllis thinks it's more about her new guy. Nick wonders if he should go over and play the dad card. Phyllis learns he's going to Europe again and asks why. Phyllis learns of Dumas' party. Nick tells Phyllis about the mysterious invitation from Aristotle Dumas to his private summer home in France. Phyllis rants that she's been doing everything to see him, and Nick did nothing. Nick tells her he's not the only one who got an invitation. Phyllis learns his parents and Michael got one too. Nick asks what happened in D.C. Phyllis says nothing. Dumas wasn't there. He'd probably already gone to France. She should be on that guest list. Phyllis wonders why he's coming out of the shadows. Nick warns she doesn't have a shot at getting him to fund her company. Phyllis says she has a new plan of attack. Nick gets nervous when Phyllis uses the words plan and attack in the same situation. Phyllis reassures him. He and Amanda made her realize that he was unlikely to fund her company. That plan was too ambitious and too risky. She has a smaller plan where she sells him her expertise and business savvy. Nick chuckles. To do what? Exactly? Phyllis hopes he'll find a place for her in his organization. Nick asks what place she has in mind. Phyllis isn't ready to reveal the details yet. Nick reminds her he's her pal and sounding board. Phyllis doesn't want to jinx it. They banter, and Phyllis admits she has one of his companies in mind. He asks which one, but she won't say. Nick questions if it's a good idea to get into business with someone like Dumas. Phyllis calls him a hypocrite. He's going to his party. Nick argues they're defending themselves against a potential attack. It's offensive defense, so they're prepared when he comes after Chancellor. Phyllis asks if he's making moves. Nick admits they're on guard. He shrugs that he may not even go. Phyllis says he'll have to go if his dad wants him there. Nick says she's probably right. Phyllis asks, what's the problem? Chancellor is privately owned. It's not like Dumas can take it away. Nick says that wouldn't happen. The fear is the damage he could cause trying. There's no way he's a Boy Scout. Phyllis shakes her head. Amanda wouldn't work for anyone shady. Nick tells Phyllis. He's looking out for her. She says it's nice to know he cares. Nick's glad she's in a better place and advises her to stay away from Dumas. Completely. Change of plans at the Abbott Manse. Jack and Diane can't wait for their honeymoon. Jack is so ready he wants to leave right away. Diane would like nothing better. She can't wait to have him all to herself. They go over their itinerary, which will include Paris. Diane reminds him they can't leave just yet. Jack thinks they deserve a break after all they've been through. Jack asks for one little change to the itinerary. What if they ditch Greece and just focus on France? She realizes he wants to take Dumas up on his invitation. Jack thinks Diane is just as intrigued about Dumas as he is. They're all intrigued by the mystery. Diane shrugs. There's only one way to find out. They'll accept the invitation. Jack thinks the Friday the 13th date could be ominous. He shares that Billy got an invite too. Diane finds it all suspicious. She then tells Jack she already altered their itinerary. She knew once the invitation arrived, there would be no changing his mind. Jack kisses her and wants to take her upstairs. Claire's. Fears at the athletic club. Claire tells Kyle she shared a pull-out sofa with her mom in Cole's suite. Kyle thinks she must be exhausted. Claire says her dad woke up feeling worse again this morning. She's really worried about how weak he is. It scares me. They go over Cole being too stubborn to seek medical advice. She's worried he'll let this get worse before he realizes he can't fight it alone. Kyle tells Claire her dad could be recovering as they speak. She needs to go home and rest so she doesn't get sick herself. Claire has to go into the office. Kyle teases that she's as stubborn as her dad. He tries to kiss her, but she stops him in case she picked up her dad's bug. They go over the successful party. Kyle hopes her grandfather comes around. Jack and Diane appear and ask after Cole. Claire thanks them for asking, but she has to go. Kyle can fill them in. Once she's gone, Kyle says Cole's not really better, and the worry is taking a toll on Claire. The Abbotts fear Kyle will get sick. Kyle assures them he's fine, though he couldn't sleep last night, wondering if he put a dent in Victor's armor. Jack doesn't think the speech would do it. Kyle reveals he also made him an offer. Jack squints. What kind of offer? Diane hopes it didn't compromise his integrity. Kyle wouldn't make that mistake again. Jack hopes he hasn't made another bargain with the devil. Kyle assures his parents he knows what he's getting himself into. He's eyes wide open with Victor. Diane warns he has a way of turning things around on you. Kyle asks them to trust him on this. If Victor accepts his offer, he'll be 100% in control. BTW, have you considered what would happen if Cole actually died? We have, and it wouldn't be pretty. See for yourself here. Billy versus Adam. Billy walks into Crimson Lights and spots Adam and Chelsea. He greets his ex-girlfriend and needles Adam about not launching a smear campaign yet. Adam taunts that he's been checking him out to learn how to run a media company. Billy asks if he still plans to hit him. Adam advises him to brace himself. Timing is everything. When would be the right time to do the most damage? Billy's sure Adam has nothing, or he would have launched it by now. If he puts something out now, it will only make him look petty and vindictive. Billy warns he'll file a slander lawsuit this time. He understands Adam is in a tough spot having to please his daddy. Adam warns him not to get out over his skis. Billy would rather that than walk a day in his shoes. Sally appears and Billy takes her to the patio. Chelsea asks Adam to please tell her that he didn't mean what he said about waiting for the perfect time to go after Billy. On the patio, Billy doesn't want to talk about Adam. He wants to talk about France. He tells Sally Dumas invited him to his summer home in France. He's invited the Winters, Newmans, and Abbotts as well. Intriguing group, isn't it? I wonder what his master plan is. Inside, Chelsea wants Adam to promise he'll keep his promise to not go after Billy. Adam points out he came for him. He won't let him spout off like that. Chelsea just wants him to keep his promise. Adam's still planning to start a scandal to distract his dad. Hatchet jobs on Billy will be the last thing on his mind. Chelsea hopes it works. Adam says it already is. The perfect distraction may have just fallen into their laps. Chelsea wants to know what it is. Adam says his family is anticipating an attack from Dumas, who just sent out invitations to his chateau in France. Chelsea asks, "What do I pack?" Adam explains that they didn't make the guest list. He feels it's a slap in the face. It was a snub. Chelsea thinks of it as a compliment. Dumas obviously sees him as a threat. Adam smiles at her support. He thinks she's right that they're better off on this side of the ocean. He has the feeling Dumas is setting a trap. Something doesn't feel right. Dumas is probably trying to trip up Victor, as if that's even possible. In the meantime, they can use this distraction. He'll find a way to fan the flames so that Billy and the Abbotts are an afterthought. On the patio, Sally thinks Dumas may just want to show off. Billy argues that's not his character. He's been invisible since he came on the scene. He wants to know who and what he's going after. Sally hopes he's not planning to attend the party to find out. Why do you still care so much? Billy wants to get Victor off his pedestal. Stunned, Sally reminds him they're days away from their launch. She needs him to focus on Abbott communications. Billy says he won't leave until after the launch. Sally's still concerned. The new company can't run itself. Billy says he'll be gone for a few days max. Sally reminds him she walked away from Marchetti because she believed in him. She refuses to let him get sidetracked by his obsessive desire to get back at Victor Newman, Billy has to find out what Dumas wants with his family. Sally argues that Jack and Diane can find out. Billy thinks they can do right by Abbott Communications and find out what Dumas is up to. He suggests they put off the launch of their company for a month. Sally thinks this is crazy. Billy thinks they need to understand the competition. Sally argues it makes them look weak and unprofessional. Billy declares that this is win-win for them. They need to know what he's up to. They need to know the players and potential enemies and allies. The bonus is that he gets to take her to France. They kiss, Phyllis hatches a plan at society. Phyllis suggests to Nick that she hitches a ride on the jet to Paris, and then they can hop over to Italy to visit Summer. They can check out their daughter's new man. She demonstrates her French, much to Nick's amusement. She laughs. It will be fun. What do you say? Nick gets a call and has to take it. Phyllis texts Amanda. Just heard about the nice party. Get me on the guest list?